Good morning, and thank you all so much for being here with us today to celebrate this incredible milestone as we begin production on our exciting new DC fast charger, the Troniq Modular, assembled right here in Libertyville, Illinois. Woo! I'd like to take a quick moment and introduce our wonderful speakers today. First and foremost, down there, excuse me, this would be my CEO, I should get this right. The CEO of EVBox, Remco Samuels, is here with us from the Netherlands. It's my great honor for the rest of my speakers as well. We have Governor Pritzker is with us. We have Senator Richard Dermott is with us. And we have Congressman Brad Schneider. It is amazing. Wonderful. I'd also like to thank a few additional special guests in our audience today. We have wonderful Mayor Donna Johnson from the village of Libertyville and State Senator Dan McConkey is also with us today. So thank you all so much for being here. A couple of quick housekeeping items if I could. So in the case of an emergency and we need to evacuate the facility, we have 3 exits. We have a door to your right, a door to your left, and we have a door in the back of the back corner of the factory. I'm sure you all are familiar with this. So in the case of emergency, please proceed to those exits. Our wonderful EVBox operations staff, you will see them. They've been the ones who've been helping us. They're amazing in the visibility vest. They will help you exit the building. Also, I should let you know that safety is our first priority here at EVBox. This is a working factory. There is a lot going on. And our amazing staff, they're here to help keep you safe and to keep you out of harm's way. So please, please pay attention to those folks. They only want to make sure you're safe. If you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to reach out to them. I'm sure they're there to help. Finally, I just would like to let you guys know, if you don't already, the bathrooms are not in the factory setting. This is a secure building. If you'll exit through the left door over here, EVBox staff will be happy to get you where you need to go. So again, I cannot thank you all so much for being here. This is such an exciting moment for us. And with that, I will turn it over to Remco Samuels. Thank you.
Thank you, Becky. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, a warm welcome to everybody here for coming. Thanks for coming, and a special tribute to Governor Pritzker, to the Congressman Schneider, to Senator Durbin, to the Mayor Johnson. So Becky already mentioned it, but I want to do it again because I'm so proud of having you all. The State Senator McConkey, but also the Dutch Consul General, my fellow countryman, Mr. Bart Twaalfhoven. And of course all the other public and state officials that are present here today. Really thank you for coming. It makes me very proud to be here today, and here's why. We are experiencing at the moment more and more effects of climate change. The current transportation landscape is a big contributor to that. So we can and we have to change this. It has been EVBox's mission to accelerate the transition to a greener form of mobility, electric mobility, since the inception of the company in 2010. We have shipped, in the meantime, over 500,000 charge points, AC and DC, to our customers in Europe, but also in other regions of the world, and even in the US on the AC side. Today, we are showing to you the Troniq Modular, which is our 4th generation of fast chargers. We also work on production of the 6th generation of commercial AC and residential AC chargers. So you can say we are a very experienced company in a business that we helped create. And that comes with ups and downs, obviously. And we are very confident that we have gathered all the experience over the last couple of years in this particular charger. So you can say that the time is now to also adopt EV mobility and to accelerate EV mobility in the US. And what's a better place to start from than from Illinois? Illinois has set very ambitious goals when it comes to greenhouse gas reduction. electric vehicle adoption is one of the key drivers and one of the most promising ways to achieve that. Illinois, and specifically Governor Pritzker, has provided an exceptional environment for companies like EVBox that focus on innovation and growth in the EV market. And there are many examples to give, but maybe we come back to that. We are happy to have chosen Libertyville as the home for our US headquarters, and we are very happy that we can create the jobs here and to contribute to the local economy. As we take a look at the future of EV travel in the US, we envision a charging station network that seamlessly connects cities and regions. The electrification of transportation will reduce the carbon footprint and will lead to cleaner air, improved health, and more in general, sustainable future. Through public-private partnerships like the one we have with Illinois, we are setting the stage for this transition. So the climate shift is not a challenge that we can afford to ignore. It's a call to action, a call for change and collaboration. As we work together, we can build a future that is not only sustainable, but also thriving for generations to come. So these are exciting times. The EV market is growing so quickly. We are thrilled to be here in Libertyville, and we really look forward to working with all of you and with the state of Illinois to help advance the electric transportation market. And with that, I would like to give the floor to Governor Pritzker. Thanks for being here.
Well, I'm a dad, and people often accuse me of throwing dad jokes out, and I'll just say I'm all charged up today. I really am excited to be here. Thank you so much to Remco, to the EVBox staff. I just got this amazing tour and got to see all the new lines that are being put in, the new equipment that's being built. And I have to say, having been in business, a manufacturer, and in the technology world, this is like nirvana for somebody like me, just to see it get started, get rolling, and see EVBox succeeding. Can't tell you how excited and impressed I am. EVBox was a startup really just a little more than a decade ago, and as you said, really helping to found the industry that you're now one of the leaders of. And today, of course, a market leader you are in electric vehicle charging infrastructure, delivering more than 500,000 charging ports throughout the world to partners and to customers. And of course, your North American headquarters being right here in Libertyville, right here in Illinois, is exciting and something that means a lot to all of us. And of course, the fact that you're playing such a leading role nationwide in helping us to grow our EV infrastructure for charging is, well, it means that Illinois is a leader, the fact that you are. With the launch of the Troniq Modular product for the US market, we now have the first Illinois-built DC fast charger. EVBox is, of course, a leader that epitomizes our land of Lincoln values of ingenuity and innovation and hard work. And we're very proud to have you here in Libertyville. As governor, I'm very proud to work with our industry partners closely and industry partners like EVBox to advance our shared clean energy goals and to accelerate our transition to zero-emission vehicles. Since I signed the bipartisan REV Act in Illinois a little over 2 years ago, major EV and EV parts and renewable energy manufacturers have chosen to locate or expand here in Illinois. Companies like TCCI and Prysmian Group and Microlink Devices and Goshen and Manor Polymers. And it is thanks to this endeavor and its growth that we have an industry that is an industry of the future for our state, and it is accelerating. We have in Illinois unmatched infrastructure, world-class workforce, competitive incentives, and a commitment to the clean energy economy, and the results are showing. We're increasing our EVs on the road every single day. In fact, over the course of just the last 10 months, we've seen a 44% increase in the number of electric vehicles on Illinois roads. And it's a testament to the explosive growth that can happen when EVs are more accessible and more affordable for consumers. And that's happening. And with that growth, we're working harder than ever to facilitate investment in our charging infrastructure. Just recently, we awarded $12.6 million to fund 350 more fast charging ports throughout our great state. And this fall, we're launching the first tranche of another $70 million of incentives for charging stations. And I expect to see EVBox at a whole lot of those. And then last year, I signed the Electric Vehicle Charging Act, and it means that all new construction in the state will be EV capable. And it's allowing us to advance our cause here with a cost-effective method for EV adoption. We're laying wiring for charging stations right at the time of construction and making it easier for those who want to own an EV to do so. I'm very proud to call EVBox a partner in this work. When the private and public sector come together, there is no hurdle too high or no goal too ambitious. So I want to just thank all of you and tell you that, that the fact that Troniq Modular is being made in Illinois and that this company is growing in Illinois means that we have a prosperous and sustainable future ahead for our people, for our economy, and of course for our environment. And with that, it is my great pleasure to turn it over to a fierce advocate for Illinois in our nation's capital. He's our senior senator for the state of Illinois and the Senate Majority Whip, Dick Durbin.
Thank you, Governor. It's an honor to be here today. This is an experiment. The federal government has decided to try to lead the way into a dramatic change of lifestyle in America that is consistent with environmental quality. The President of the United States announced 2 years ago that our goal is that half of the vehicles sold by the year 2030 in the United States will be electric vehicles. That's a pretty ambitious undertaking. And it's a pretty bold announcement for a president that that might happen, but it is going to happen. And the reason, of course, is our concern about the environment and the need to leave a world for our children and grandchildren that they can live in, and a different approach to an economy that is fueled for the 21st century. But it also is more than just that. It's also a concern that we put on the table the resources that are necessary to succeed. And one of the first things we did, Congressman Schneider was part of this as well, was to pass the bipartisan infrastructure bill for the United States of America. Most Americans think, well, that's pretty routine. You must do that every year. We hadn't done it for 5 or 6 years. Sitting there talking about building highways, improving highways, and building for the future was just a theory until this president, this administration stepped up and said, let's do it. And we did it on a bipartisan basis. And what it meant was, in addition to all the other resources going into highway construction, and I apologize if you came on the Kennedy and this morning, but construction does take a little bit out of our schedule. But in addition to that, we are investing $5 billion nationwide in charging stations for electric vehicles. $148 million is coming to the state of Illinois. Governor, we know you're ready to receive it. I want to really call out the governor especially. He has really taken this electric vehicle campaign personally to make sure that Illinois is identified with that effort. He went through the long list of companies that are part of this already and more to follow. Really proud of you. And he has backing him up not only national laboratories, federal national laboratories in battery research. He has some of the best universities in the United States of America and their engineering schools. Change is a challenge, but change is an opportunity. And if we are going to see this opportunity through and make the best of it and make a better nation for it, we need companies just like EVBox that decided to come here and bet on America. It's a bet that's going to pay off for all of us. Not only good paying jobs, but quality technology that's going to serve generations to come. It's my honor to be here today to support not only the infrastructure bill, but the Inflation Reduction Act. I might just add parenthetically that the Inflation Reduction Act incentivized a lot of new ideas towards energy, and one of them was solar. Well, because of that bill last year, I put solar panels on my home, and the electric bill last month was $15. So it does work, and I recommend it to everyone. But in the meantime, I want to thank my colleague Brad Schneider, who represents this area and has always been on the cutting edge of projects that are really good for the future for our families and workers. Let me introduce my colleague, Brad Schneider.
Thank you, Senator, Governor Pritzker, Remco Samuels. It is a privilege to be on the stage with you. It is a far greater privilege to be with all of you together as we celebrate this new product and innovation. Welcome to Libertyville. Donna, it's great to be here. To Lake County, to Illinois' 10th district, where manufacturing is nothing new. In fact, I'm proud to say that our district where you're sitting is one of the leading manufacturing districts across the country, in the top 10 as far as manufacturing. So it's not surprising you would decide to settle here. We're proud that you did. We're glad that you did. What's important, though, as we are here talking about this, is that we are looking to the future, that this is something that is going to change the direction we are headed, specifically tackling the challenge of climate change. We are moving apace to try to electrify our fleet, the cars and trucks on the road. But it can't happen without the infrastructure. And it's the leadership of my colleague, Senator Durbin, and colleagues in the House on passing the Inflation Reduction Act, on addressing and passing the bipartisan Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act, but also Governor Pritzker and our state legislature on taking this seriously, saying we can tackle this challenge if we work together. It's a federal, it's a state, it's a local issue, but it doesn't happen without the enterprise and innovation of companies like EVBox. And that's why I'm so glad to be here today. We are making a difference. We are all rowing in the same direction. We are trying to make sure that we can deliver what's needed to achieve what's necessary. We can't do it without these chargers. And the fact that the first DC fast charger is going to be manufactured here in Illinois is something we can all be exceedingly, exceedingly proud about. We've got more that we have to do. We can't rest on our laurels. That's why those of us who had a chance to walk through this factory and see what is planned ahead, the amount of growth that is anticipated, the emphasis on innovation, and thank you, the emphasis on American suppliers and products going into this product, making this a truly American product, is what's so special about this place. I'm grateful to be here with my colleagues. I'm grateful to be here with you, but mostly today, I'm grateful that EVBox is here, making a difference and moving us forward on the path, on the road to electrifying our fleet and really making a difference for our world. Thank you very much.